Hey everyone, Tim Muldoon here on a beautiful spring day here in the Boston area, and lo and behold, snow. But hey, what can you do? This is our 5th day of Ignatian mindfulness, and today's theme picks up on something I was talking about yesterday, namely the difference between entertainment and leisure, which I suggested is an active pursuit of that which makes life worth living, according to Aristotle. Now, let me do another little quick foray into Aristotle's philosophy and suggest this. He said that everything that we do that is seeking towards some good is undertaken in action. There's a being at work is the translation. In fact, the Greek word is energeia. It gives us our word energy. And the image is of something that's constantly at work. And I want to suggest to you that human beings are like that we don't just kind of sit passively. We have to be at work toward the good. Now, what does this have to do with Ignatian mindfulness? Well, just this, that being good is not a spectator sport. Yielding good activity, doing good things, that's not a spectator sport. We have to be at work in our doing good. So leisure is that which fills our emotional and spiritual tank, as it were. Now, I want to add one other general idea here, and this will make sense, I think, to those that are more accustomed to spiritual practice, but I don't think it will be unusual or ununderstandable to those of you maybe who are not as practiced. But here's the basic idea. Spiritual practice, and here I'm thinking prayer, worshiping with others, reading sacred scripture. Those are activities which fill an emotional tank, fill a spiritual tank, and put us in the mind of seeking to do good for others. So I want to use an image. Imagine a cup that has no bottom to it. In other words, you pour water in, it just flows out the bottom. I think that's a little bit like our souls, that if we try to fill them up with just, interesting activities, it's only going to, get us so far. It's going to spill out the bottom. And to take this a step further, imagine those that really try to distract themselves with, entertaining things, and in more extreme cases with drugs, alcohol, things that ultimately become addictive and take us, in directions that are not life-giving. If we understand that our souls are able to take in good in order that we can put it out towards others, again, that bottomless cup, it's not that it holds the good, it's that it allows the good to flow through it. So in giving our souls nourishment, what we're ultimately doing is fortifying ourselves to be able to be more giving to others. So that's the idea. And again, it's a being at work in the task of goodness. Now, to put this in the language of St. Ignatius of Loyola himself, he says that we are created to do some good, that God creates us to do some good in the world. All of us in this time. Maybe it's writing a letter to a senior who is, feeling alone in a nursing home. Maybe it is to make masks for healthcare workers. Maybe it is to donate money to a very worthy cause. There's great hunger right now and great need in food banks, things like that. All of us can do some good. Our being at work towards goodness will be soul fortifying, as opposed to just trying to kind of keep pouring stuff into us that maybe isn't all that satisfying. So I invite you to consider your answer to the question, what good can I do today? What good can I do to help me fulfill that purpose for which I have been created? I think it's something that we can all do, and we can even, perhaps, if you're not a praying person, even try to ask God for a little bit of help in doing this. I love something that's attributed to St. Ignatius. I've never been able to actually track it down. I've seen references to it, but I don't think Ignatius said it, but I think it's kind of close enough. He said, work as if everything depends on God, but pray as if everything depends on us. And I just take that to mean that we should take seriously that our lives are meaningful, even in this very difficult time, that we can do some good in the world, and we all desperately need it. So work as though it depends on God, and maybe even ask God, hey, give me a little help here. But pray as if it depends on us, as if the ultimately the good that we do, not only will it yield some good in the world, but ultimately I think it is also good for our own souls in this very difficult time. Again, thanks for listening. See you again next time.